Hi everyone, in this video we'll be taking a look at higher level Sylveon gameplay. This video is from MYTHICALMYTH2. I'll put a link to the original video in the description below as well as to all his socials, so be sure to check him out. In this game he's running Choice Specs, Wise Glasses and Body Barrier, which is a pretty damage orientated build. Usually you see one of the damage items swapped out for Focus Band. However, because he's playing as a 5-man team, he can play a little bit riskier because he can count on his support and his defender to back him up. So for those who haven't seen it yet, at the highest level the current meta is a 1-1-3 where you send one Pokemon in the top lane, one Pokemon in the center and 3 to the bottom. This all started because people realized that you could send Lucario against 2 people in the top lane, and because you have 3 people in the bottom lane you can put a lot more pressure in the bottom lane and secure the Dreadnought. You can see the purple team decided to go Zero Aura instead of Lucario. This works because Zero Aura can go even against the Lucario. The rest of the Pokemon in this game are pretty standard. Greninja and Venusaur are Pokemon that you see often going into the center, and in the bottom lane you usually have one attacker with 2 supporters or 1 supporter and 1 defender. In this game we have a tri-lane bottom with Eevee, Eldegoss and Snorlax. What they want to do is they want to get as many kills onto the Eevee as possible to guarantee that she evolves before the bees spawn. Not sure if it's an accident, but Eldegoss walks away with 2 of the kills. They go up to contest the Ordino. Snorlax has the most burst damage on their team, so they're relying on Snorlax to secure it. Unfortunately he misses it, and they have to retreat here as Snorlax gets low and Cramorant puts out a lot of damage. They retreat to take their Ordinos, but it looks like the other team's coming in to try and steal it. However, the Cramorant seems to misplace his Whirlpool, missing the Ordino completely.
You didn't get it? Apparently not.
Looking at his experience, Eevee definitely won't hit level 4 after these Ordinos, which means he'll have to back off and get the Corphish at the back for some experience.
I'm coming top.
Looking at how low the Snorlax is, it probably would have been better for him to retreat earlier so that he can heal as soon as possible, instead of looking for an opportunity to steal the enemy team's Ordino. You can see the Eevee here running in and out of the point, running circles. It's been shown that this slightly speeds up the rate that you heal. Eevee is a bit late to get to the Corphish, however he should still make it back in time for the bee spawn. Seeing as he didn't hit level 4 from the Corphish, he could have possibly been waiting for the passive experience to tick him up a little bit more before killing it. I'd say he needed maybe another 2 seconds before he evolved. They managed to get some of the bees here. You can tell because Eevee evolved into Sylveon and learned Hyper Voice. After the bees, they should be going after the Ordino at the top. The enemy Cramorant knocks up the Snorlax. As Sylveon, I probably would have gone around the left side, but I guess he really wanted to leash it. I think he's a little bit too forward here. His 2 laners have already backed off and Cramorant should have his skills. Yep, he gets knocked up by the Hurricane, and it could have been really bad if Snorlax followed up with a tackle. Snorlax heads up towards the top lane before coming back, so they're currently fighting 2v3. Once again, I think he's too far forward as a Sylveon player, and takes a hit from the enemy team. Looks like the purple team wants to collapse on the Ivysaur and the Lucario. It's probably not the best idea considering Zero Aura and Greninja are already low, which means that they'll probably be collapsed on by the enemy team. In fact, Zero Aura and Greninja are already out, and Greninja only turns around because the bottom lane comes up. They're already behind, so they should probably just cut their losses and farm out at the bottom. You can see that in the bottom lane the Ordino's up, and the Corphish just spawned, which would have been easy experience and they wouldn't have had to risk their lives. On his way back down to the bottom lane, the Sylveon picks up the Corphish. I'm not sure if this is the best move here because the Greninja would also need that experience because he died. So the orange team's coming in to deny them more experience. They go for the Ordino, and instead of trying to secure it, the purple team goes for the enemy team. And during this, the Eldegoss goes for the Corphish at the back to hit level 4. Looking at the enemy team, it looks like they're 1 or 2 levels down. I think the Snorlax would have been better off coming up for this Ordino instead of trying to zone the enemy team. Enemy Cramorant lands a really good Hurricane and Surf, and the enemy Snorlax lands a really nice Body Slam. Ivysaur is here to join the fight, and it looks like Greninja's going top lane and giving up on the Dreadnought. The purple team here is really low and there's no more berries to heal them up. They have to decide whether or not they want to just hold the point or go for the steal. If they can occupy the bottom lane, then their top lane can go for the Rotom quite easily, even though there's a Lucario up there. Once again, he's way too far forward here. If he just wanted vision, the Eldegoss should have gone instead. They end up getting hit by another Surf Hurricane combo, and they're lucky that the Snorlax didn't follow up with a Body Slam, and all the healing they did previously has gone to waste. So he takes a look at the Dreadnought, seeing that it hasn't been started yet, and he grabs the extra berries to heal up fully. Looking at the top lane, it seems to be okay, but now it looks like the enemy team is on the Dreadnought. For some reason, the Snorlax has gone into the center of the farm, so this steal is actually very risky. Luckily, he manages to pull it off, and the Eldegoss is trying to keep him alive until the Snorlax comes in with his Body Slam. The purple team has managed to secure the Rotom at top, so they just have to hold on to this bottom lane to come out on top. Since he's healing up here, he should be doing what he was doing previously, running on and off the point to heal faster. Since they managed to steal the Dreadnought, they're now ahead or even in experience, which should help them a lot since Sylveon is a lot stronger than Cramorant in the endgame. I'm not sure why the enemy team is trying to contest this Ordino here since both Cramorant and Venusaur aren't here. Seeing that they're alone, the purple team tries to push it onto the point to dunk, or at least the Snorlax does before they start backing off. Ivysaur has shown his face in the top lane, which means that only the Cramorant is missing. He's probably farming up somewhere in the center or in the bottom lane. Purple team is trying to take advantage of the missing attacker by applying pressure and trying to take the Ordinos from the orange team. Looks like Cramorant is actually on top, so there's 3 top against the Zero Aura. It looks like Snorlax forgot that the bees are spawning because he retreats a bit too far. He should be on the right side of the bees to zone the enemy team. It's currently 3v2 in the bottom lane and the orange team doesn't have any damage dealers down here. Zero Aura goes down with the top point and Greninja tries to cover. It's been about a minute now since the Dreadnought and the Rotom went down, which means there's about another minute until the next one comes up. The Snorlax and the Eldegoss go top, leaving the Sylveon to farm on her own. They run into the Cramorant in the middle and the Sylveon makes her way over. We have eyes on 3 people on the team, but Sylveon's currently leaving bottom lane undefended, and Snorlax takes advantage of this and so does the Eldegoss to score. Hopefully they get the Cramorant here, but it looks like they're heading down to the bottom lane to get ready for the next Dreadnought. A little bit of miscommunication here, the orange team tries to get the Ordino on their way out, and the purple team tries to punish them by laying down some damage. But between the heals and shields of the Eldegoss, they make it out unscathed. Taking a quick look at the levels, it looks like Snorlax and Eldegoss don't have their Unite moves yet. If they gave that Ordino to the Eldegoss might have leveled up to level 9, getting her Unite move. Zero Aura looks like he's making his way slowly down bottom. The team's waiting in the bush, waiting for someone to come in. Eldegoss manages to get the last hit on the Ordino, leveling up to level 9, getting the Unite move, and it looks like everyone's coming down to bottom. The Zero Aura backs off a little bit, hoping to collapse on the enemy team when they're not looking. The orange Snorlax comes in with a nice body slam, however I don't think they really want to fight in this tight area. Greninja turns around with his Unite move and the Snorlax lands his body slam, knowing that he can't get out so he just lands some CC. All this time Sylveon's damaging the enemy team with a hyper voice. However the Venusaur who wasn't caught in that comes around from the bush and catches him off guard, killing Eldegoss, Greninja and forcing the Sylveon to retreat. Knowing that it will take them a while to come back, they start the Dreadnought. At this point Sylveon's probably going to try and steal it again, but gets zoned away from it by the Venusaur. He doesn't have a eject button this time and the Dreadnought is way too high HP for him to shred it down with his hyper voice. However, because the enemy team backed off it, the Dreadnought does reset a little bit, healing, giving his team a little bit more time to arrive on the scene. The orange team Eldegoss is out of position and dies to the Greninja, as Sylveon revives and makes his way down to the bottom lane. It looks like the Greninja also takes out the Cramorant, meaning that it's now a 3-on-2 in favour of the purple team. The orange team Snorlax heavy slams way too early, missing the Dreadnought, and the Greninja picks it up with Water Shuriken. Sylveon arrives just in time to clean up the Venusaur and the Snorlax, and it looks like they also managed to get the Rotom in the top lane as well. Zero Aura must have beaten up the Lucario because he was gone the whole time, and didn't show up when the Zero Aura was doing the Rotom. The purple team is trying to force this point, and it doesn't look like the orange team can defend it given how low the Snorlax is. Snorlax goes down, which forces the Cramorant and the Eldegoss to back off, giving the purple team the opportunity to dunk as many points as they want. Let's see if Zero Aura manages to push the Rotom into the top lane. It looks like Venusaur and Lucario are defending it, and Snorlax is going in as well. Zero Aura manages to take down the Lucario and the Venusaur somehow. I'm not sure how he got that large burst of healing, it might have been his passive, but he's really low and he needs to get out right now. Looks like he's healing off the jungle buffs right now, as the purple team decides whether or not it's worth going in to try and save him. He goes down so Snorlax backs off, and now the purple team is trying to clear as many creeps off the map as possible. There's about 40 seconds left. I don't know if there's enough time for another Rotom, I don't think there is, which means it's all going to come down to whether or not they can defend the Zapdos, as they clearly have the lead right now. The purple team has all the Unite moves up except for Zero Aura, who's currently dead. The purple team Greninja is currently level 14. If he goes back for the Ordinos, he might have enough to hit level 15, but it might be better to give that to Zero Aura, so he can get closer to getting his Unite move back up. Zero Aura instead decides to go bottom, and the purple team gathers around the center. Looks like instead it's Sylveon who's going back for the Ordinos, whilst we see the enemy team heading down towards the bottom of the map. I feel like at this point Sylveon should be with his team. He's already upgraded both of his moves and his Unite move is off cooldown, which means this won't really do much for him. It's better for him to be with the team right now so he can teamfight. The purple team is currently stronger than the orange team, and with 10 seconds left, if they win the teamfight, they can just clear the Zapdos. The Ordinos didn't even level him up, so his damage didn't even get boosted. Zero Aura is going for the backdoor dunk, whilst the enemy team is on the Zapdos the moment it shows up. Looks like the purple team missed the Eldegoss and the Cramorant hiding in the bush, and the Sylveon's making a really risky move here, walking straight into the Zapdos. I get that he's trying to get there as quickly as possible and possibly pincer the enemy team, but without a frontline, Sylveon can't really do much on her own. He uses his Unite move and runs even further away from his team and gets taken down by the Lucario. Would have been a lot better if he came around from the bottom and used the jump to get into the Zapdos pit. That way he would have been behind his team and he still would have made it in time for the teamfight. However, the purple team does win the teamfight, and we can see the Lucario making his way towards the outer point to dunk 100 points. The Cramorant and the Eldegoss are about to respawn, as well as the Sylveon. The purple team Eldegoss should go back and heal to get ready for the next teamfight. The Zero Aura and the Snorlax can definitely hold off the Zapdos, especially now that the Sylveon has respawned. Eldegoss gets caught out by the Cramorant, probably getting hit by a Hurricane Surf, which gives the orange team a short window to go for the Zapdos. The Snorlax tries to go for a sticky dunk but gets forced away by the Venusaur. He wants to regroup with his team now that Greninja has respawned. The orange team is trying to charge up their Unite moves for the next fight. but the Snorlax runs into Lucario, who chunks him for half his life. The orange team takes advantage of this and goes for the Zapdos, forcing the purple team to come back into the pit to fight. Greninja and Sylveon try to go in through the main entrance, but Sylveon changes his mind, remembering what happened last time. He waits for the team fight to fully break out. The Greninja, Eldegoss, and Snorlax have taken the aggro of the orange team. Zero Aura comes from behind, killing the Venusaur, and Sylveon catches the Eldegoss and the Cramorant out of position, killing the Eldegoss and forcing the Cramorant back. And the Zero Aura finishes the Cramorant. This means that the only one left is the Snorlax without any points, as he's just dunked, and he is too far away to stop the purple team from killing the Zapdos. At this point, with most of the orange team dead, there's nothing that the orange team can do to stop them. Both Sylveon and Snorlax are going for the bottom point here. Sylveon should have just gone for the center, because by the time he reached it, Greninja would have broken the top. So this is it for the game. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Let me know if you saw anything in this game that I missed. Once again, you can find the link to the original video in the description, as well as links to Mythical Myth's social pages. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, because I'll be putting more of these videos out. If there's a specific game that you want me to go over, please link it down in the comments below. I hope to see you all next time.